Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I submit to you the case of Visa versus I am facing the wrong way versus Mastercard. First, let's talk a little bit about the industry and some things that apply to both companies. Both of these companies are dominating the payment processing market as we know it today. Both of these companies are growing the top line and bottom line at a very respectable pace. Both of these companies are valued relatively fairly. Both of these companies have been shareholder friendly for many years and given you great gains. Both of these companies have the wind at their back as our society transitions into a cashless one. Both of these companies are also benefiting from the growth of the internet, where you don't even have the choice to pay with cash. However, both of these companies face disruption from alternative payment processing methods, such as PayPal, the Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, and cryptocurrency. For the time being, most of these other new businesses are more friend than foe to Visa and Mastercard, integrating with Visa and Mastercard. However, you can already send money to your friends for free on many of these apps. And they may decide in the future to just cut Mastercard and Visa out of the equation. And that would be very bad for them. And it does concern me for the long-term sustainability of the two companies. Visa is a larger company than Mastercard, roughly 50%. It has a cleaner balance sheet, as you would expect in a larger company. Visa has better margins, as you would expect from a larger company that can leverage its size. Visa has about 35% more cards in circulation. Visa processes about 42% more dollars in transactions. Mastercard, however, is growing quicker. Mastercard is growing its transaction count 54% faster than Visa. Mastercard is growing its total card count 258% faster than Visa. Why? Because Mastercard is stronger internationally. Visa is a little bit more focused on the US and the UK, where it has more of a strong hold. However, Mastercard is really expanding out into the not so developed markets where growth is a lot higher. They're both doing well internationally, but Mastercard a little bit more so. Mastercard has about 65% of its revenue coming from international, and Visa has about 50% of its revenue coming from international. Let's take a look at some financials. The PE ratio, the price to earnings ratio of Visa, is 33 compared to 41 of Mastercard. So Mastercard is roughly like 25% more expensive. The 2018 revenue growth at Visa was a little over 12% compared to about 20% for Mastercard. Mastercard was also growing slightly faster over the past 3-year compounded annual rate. But when you take the PE ratio, right, that's the valuation, and then you combine that, you take into account revenue growth and you look at the PEG ratio, you can see that Mastercard is actually cheaper than Visa when you look at the PEG ratio. When you want to take a look at forward PE, something I don't do too often, but it helps sometimes give a little bit different of a perspective, you can see that Mastercard is only about 6% more expensive than Visa on a forward PE basis. This helps kind of just refine how I feel about Mastercard versus Visa and makes me feel that Mastercard is a better buy. However, Visa is growing earnings per share quicker than Mastercard is. So you're actually getting it for less, it's a lower valuation, and it's growing earnings per share faster. In 2018, Visa grew earnings per share at about 58% compared to about 53% for Mastercard. Over the 3-year compounding rate for earnings per share growth, Visa was at about 20% compared to about 19% for Mastercard. So when you do the PEG ratio, except instead of revenue, you're looking at earnings per share growth, Visa is the cheaper number with a 0.57 compared to 0.77. Visa also pays a larger dividend of 0.61 compared to 0.52. That's about 17% larger. So Should you choose Visa or Mastercard? Visa is the safer alternative. It's the larger, more established company. It is the market leader. They have a cleaner balance sheet, they have better margins, they have a cheaper valuation, and a larger dividend. However, Mastercard is growing quicker. So which one do you choose? I think of it like this. Visa is like a beautiful woman in her 30s. Everything's good, but there ain't that much to look forward to. Mastercard is like her 21-year-old, slightly uglier sister. It's not quite as refined today, but there's a lot more runway, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If you don't know what I'm saying, if you're a little bit more conservative, I'd go with Visa. If you want something a little bit more aggressive, I'd go with Mastercard. Hope you guys have a great day.